Tonight, Psycho-Logical Records owner and MC Necro pulls his support and presence from the Juggalo March and disses ICP and Psychopathic Records in the process. Is this another L or a blessing in disguise? Is this going to start the beginning of a trend of other performers pulling their support for the march? We're going to examine all these questions and more. The Beard speaks now.
Oh, come on, he's a miserable cocksucker fucking asshole. You hate him, admit it.
What up, heads, and welcome to this, the 11th episode of The Beard Speaks. My name is Chuck Reeves. I'm the East Coast Beast host. And once again, man, the whoop gods from above, the 17 percenters, whatever you want to call the karma that is 2017, has delivered unto me yet another glorious episode. Last night, May 6th, late, probably close to midnight, I think it was, Necro announced via his Facebook page that he was no longer in support and he was no longer going to be attending the Juggalo March like he previously committed to. He said in the post that the whole thing related to something involving him and Psychopathic not being able to come to terms involving a business arrangement, and that the love and relationship he has for the Juggalos will go on as it has in previous years with really no change. Now, this definitely isn't surprising to me, as I was definitely more surprised when I saw him to be one of the first committed performers to do the march back when the list was still posted. Now, obviously, he couldn't just post something cryptic like that without getting into more detail. We all know fucking Necro. And down in the comments section, he explained that an extremely lowball offer from Psychopathic and the Clowns that was not open for negotiation is the reason that he's pulling his support for the march and his participation. When a few 17 fucking percenters pressed him for more information, Necro went in on Psychopathic, saying that they were all about the money and that this is what led to his change of heart about the march, and that he would no longer support ICP or Psychopathic Records or any of their moves until they decided to show him proper respect. He further explained to originally agreeing to do the march, but once he received such a lowball offer on a tour that the Clowns are expected to make $500,000 on, that was the final straw and that he could no longer do business with these guys. Now, of course, Necro's no stranger to going off on rants on social media, as we all know. So when 17 percenters started infiltrating his comments, pressing him for more and more information, he went into even more detail, explaining that ICP was due to be getting paid $500,000, a cool $500,000, for the 25-show run with Ghetto Boys. The offer he received to open that tour was barely enough to cover his expenses, and it was in no way negotiable with Psychopathic. He had already agreed to do the march and Cypher for free, and he felt that was plenty to get a reasonable offer from Psychopathic to open this tour. Necro went on to say that ICP does nothing unless it benefits themselves first and foremost, and was definitely not doing the march just for the Juggalos. And then obviously, he's done giving fucking Jay free shit after giving him a free verse and a free tour back in 2010. Then he took a little shot at the COC ticket price. He really kept it fucking infinity in this post, explaining how he had love and paid dues for ICP, but he had to draw the line at this. He's not a sucker, and due to him not being a sucker, he won't be part of any aspect of the march. While talking about his overall experiences with Psychopathic, now and in the past, he described their non-negotiation method as goddamn disrespectful, especially in terms of things like gathering slots. Then he basically advised, unless you're absolutely 1000% desperate, don't do business with these guys. Now, anybody who knows Necro's history with ICP knows that they've always had a rocky relationship. As early as 2013, I know for a fact Necro was on Facebook ranting about how Juggalos are the first people to talk shit whenever something goes down, and how even though he toured with ICP and that Violent J claimed on multiple occasions Necro was his favorite rapper, he never got treated as such, and was never even in a position to form a connection with those guys, even though they toured and collabed together. Then, in January of 2016, Faygoluver reported that Necro had said on Facebook that it was doubtful he was ever going to play The Gathering again because, and I quote, Psy don't pay right. And that their non-negotiation tactic also included his demands for a main stage slot over 1 a.m. shoved in some tent, as he put it. Now, of course, somebody had to fucking bring up Twisted, because every time anything goes down with the Clowns, some 17%er out there has got to fucking compare it to Twisted. And Necro said that he's got an unfinished track, but he's been delivered 2 killer verses from those guys and a fantastic beat from whoever's got producing. It's going to be part of his upcoming Collabos project, along with features from Mad Child, Cool Keith, and SDKMC's Snack and Mercules. Now, what's this mean? It means Necro's fucking mad again. And anybody who knows what's been going on over the years between Necro and Psychopathic should have saw this coming the minute his fucking name showed up on that list, like I did. I mean, like I said, I was so surprised when I saw him as one of the first confirmed acts. He's notoriously been anti-Juggalo in some aspects of his fucking career. It's not hidden, it's not a surprise, but he's also been given a very hit or miss response from Juggalos. I know a lot of Juggalos who are PLR fans, fans of his record label, fans of himself, fans of Mr. Hyde. But I also know a lot of Juggalos who can't stand that motherfucker. And that tour that they speak of in 2010, I believe was Necro, Kitty, and ICP. And it probably goes down as one of the absolute worst tours in history. But hey, I don't know. But to Necro, I say, again, man, are you finally going to learn your fucking lesson this time? Seems like every time you turn around, Necro and any dealings he had with Psychopathic previous to this and including now have turned out shitty. He bitched about the way his verse was mixed on the fucking Violent J collab, okay? He bitched about Juggalos being the first fucking shit talkers. He bitched about ICP's business practices as early as 2013 and was continuing to talk shit about them last summer when he didn't play The Gathering because he didn't like his fucking spot. So anybody who's surprised by this, go drink some Faygo, have a good fucking time. I don't know what this means. I don't think anybody's going to follow him out the door. I don't believe Necro to be that influential. But Necro has made his own way without Juggalo support. And his roads and success overseas dwarf anything the clowns have in those markets. So anybody trying to argue that maybe Juggalos made Necro, I haven't seen anything like that, and I really hope I don't, because that would be the most ridiculous 17%er bullshit I ever heard. Now, what will ICP and Psychopathic say about this? Maybe something, maybe nothing. Something tells me somebody's going to try to assign Necro some whack points for this one, but I don't think Necro gives a fuck, and I really hope ICP isn't willing to go to war with yet another record label and another independent MC that's got 20 fucking years in the game, because at this point, that would make 3 active wars going on 3 different fronts. Now, you can say what you want about Necro falling off or whatever in recent years. I don't believe that's entirely true, but it's definitely not going to be the result of anything Juggalo related that if he falls any further. But I really believe that this is the attitude of most of the artists in the fucking March right now. If things go south with them business-wise later, they're really going to regret exposing themselves to this possible PR disaster. So what's this going to lead to? Is anybody else going to drop out of the March? You know, I'm going to have my eye out for it. I got some guests coming up on the show that are involved in the March. I'm going to have some definite questions for them, especially related to this. I definitely think it's a fucking money grab. If they're due to make $500,000 on the 25 dates of the Ghetto Boys tour, along with the $150,000 for the one-night COC program, then gathering tickets and whatever else they're banking during the 3rd and 4th quarter of 2017, maybe it will be raining diamonds over on Psychopathic. But hey, at least we got some March news, right? And with that, the beard has spoken.